All right, I'm pretty sure everyone knows now that Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige, he's going to make the jump across the hall and make a Star Wars movie with Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy. Now, my speculation is that he's actually being groomed to take over for Kathleen Kennedy, probably in a couple of years when her contract is up. But now we're getting word that a certain actress may actually be joining him in Star Wars. Now, the Hollywood Reporter who broke the news on Kevin Feige coming over to Star Wars, they actually had this to say. Feige has told a major actor that there's a specific role he would like that person to play when and if he makes the movie. Now, everyone is thinking that this is Brie Larson, Captain Marvel star. And the rumor also is that Disney wants her to be in a Star Wars movie. Now, I don't know if that's necessarily true or not, because there's also another rumor out there saying that Disney has lost faith in Captain Marvel and Brie Larson, and that she's not very likable, which is very much true. So, but Kevin Feige, it's a different story with him. He's a big time Brie Larson fan. He wanted to make her the face of the MCU going forward after Iron Man and Captain America have pretty much been eliminated from the MCU. Now, they know that she's not very popular with the fans, but Kevin Feige is her number one fan. So I think the fix was in. I think that Kevin Feige had been in discussions to do a Star Wars movie probably for like the last year or so. Maybe Brie Larson actually knew that this was going to happen, because for the past year, she's pretty much been out there on social media saying, I want to be a Jedi. I want to be in Star Wars and all this other stuff. And I think the fix is in. I think it's probably safe to say that she will be in a Star Wars movie. Now, will it be a major role? I don't know. Will she be the main star? I really don't know, because we don't know what movie Kevin Feige is actually going to be doing. No word. Will it be Benioff and Weiss? Will it be the Ruin Johnson thing? Nobody really knows. So if this does happen, I don't think this is a very good move. I really don't. Kevin Feige coming over to Star Wars, if he did this a year ago, there would be no controversy whatsoever. But since it was announced now, probably just to get the heat off of Bob Iger, backstabbing George Lucas. But now Kevin Feige, he's at a different point in his MCU career. There's a rumor that he almost walked away from the MCU. Maybe this is his transition away from the MCU, and he's going to bring Brie Larson on for the ride in a starring role. Because I think if she actually comes into a movie in Star Wars, it's not going to be a supporting role. I think she's going to be front and center. They actually may make her into the next Mary Sue, similar to Rey. You never know. She actually may be the head of the Jedi Council in a movie if there's actually Jedi in it. I don't like this. I can honestly say I don't like this if this is true. Now, like I said, it's just a rumor. It's just a rumor. But if Brie Larson can't be likable in the MCU, why would you think she's going to be likable in Star Wars? Star Wars fans have a very, very high standard. They really do. I think Star Wars fans are actually more passionate than MCU fans, because the MCU overall has only really been around since 2008. Star Wars has a 42-year history. And I don't think anyone in the fandom, maybe there's some, are over the hills to have Brie Larson show up in a Star Wars movie. I know I'm not. I'm not one of them. I think the SJW part of Star Wars needs to end. It's not a winning formula. Star Wars is losing money on that. And Kathleen Kennedy, she's been the ringleader of SJW Star Wars. And if they bring Brie Larson in, she's an SJW. Kevin Feige's turned into one too. It's not going to be a winning formula. The get woke, get broke thing is true here. If she comes in and tries to alienate people from watching a Star Wars movie with her because it wasn't meant for them, it's going to do a lot of damage. I mean, Star Wars is already in a bad place. So if Brie Larson comes in with that attitude, it will not help the brand. So even if she does come in, I think somebody needs to put the clamps on her. She really does. The SJW part of Star Wars needs to end. Like Kevin Feige, it looks like he's an SJW with phase woke of the MCU. I'm sorry, phase 4 of the MCU. But if she is supposed to be the future face of the MCU, shouldn't she actually have screen time in phase 4, phase 5? Oh, Captain Marvel 2 wasn't even announced. So that leads me to believe even more that she will show up in a Kevin Feige produced Star Wars movie. There's so many more questions that we need answers to. I'm pretty sure we're going to get a lot more answers in the future when it comes to Kevin Feige and Brie Larson in the MCU. And I think that you actually may get more MCU people in Star Wars. I would not be surprised. But I think Disney really wants Brie Larson to take on a major role in a Star Wars movie. Why? I have no idea, but I think this is a real thing. A real thing. But this won't help situations if she actually comes in and is outspoken like she has been. The fandom is in a bad place right now. To get things back on track, I don't think Star Wars needs to be associated with someone as controversial as Brie Larson, who alienated people from watching Captain Marvel. And I know there's people out there that actually do think Disney was actually buying up tickets to inflate the numbers. There were reports of empty theaters for Captain Marvel, even though the numbers say it was all sold out. But that's another story, so I digress. But what do you guys think of this? Brie Larson coming into Star Wars. I hope this rumor is not true, but I have a feeling that it is. As soon as Brie Larson started putting on those Jedi robes on Instagram, I knew the fits would begin. And I don't think it's a mistake now this news is coming out, as Kevin Feige has been announced that he's coming over to Star Wars. So guys, what do you think of this? Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. If you're new here to the channel, please hit subscribe to catch future videos from me, and we will catch you on the next video. John Matrixx, out.